Explain a little of how that works, in particular involvement of the Australians.
Talking to survivors, talking to patients, talking to their loved ones, talking to leaders and on all different political level, federal level, and international level, getting people to make some kind of a commitment. That could be a local grassroots organization, then come to the summit and tell that story on a global level. And as the year went on, I think we expected to have about 300 participants, and we ended up having more than 500 in 69 countries and billions of dollars that have been committed. But it requires, sometimes it requires that room to come together and mobilize, and otherwise, you know, we can all talk about things on a very local level, but if we don't combine these voices, sometimes you'll never know. And cancer is a very difficult thing. You know, it's not something that we're going to fix. I won't fix it, you won't fix it, the Premier won't fix it, Nelson Mandela won't fix it. I mean, all the great people that you can think of, we won't fix this. We'll all have to come together that we couldn't solve. And so, important to stay realistic with everybody, but also keep the pressure on. And I think the summit really did that.
That's a good age, by the way. Still regards as young and vigorous.
What's the motivation that keeps you driving forward with?
Even if the team is a little old in terms of average age, but I feel good about the structure we have. Certainly feel good about Johan's direction, and I think we'll factor into the.
But this year at the Santos Tour Down Under, we had the ingredients of a truly great race. We've got you back with a new team. We've got Joe Evans, world champion, with a new team. We've got Robbie McEwen coming back after a very badly broken left leg. We've got Team Sky out of the UK. So, given all those added factors, how do you see this race panning out? Alan Davis coming back to defend the poker.
And then you add in the great young Australian talents that you have coming up. I mean, the Jack Bobridge or Timmy Rowe or guys like that. They'll factor into the race. They want to be factors in the race. Stewie's had a rough couple of months with this episode there in Spain, and then fallen sick not long ago. But you know, the race just continues to. While I haven't been here every edition, it seems to me that it just continues to elevate year after year, and with that comes better racing, and with that comes better interest around the world. So it's going to be a hot one. I mean, actually it's going to be cooler than last year, but it's going to be. I think the action will be hot.
Lance, the people that you mix with and meet with around the world, is this tour easy to sell to fellow cyclists when you're travelling around?
Well, you know, in cycling, word travels quick, so it doesn't take me to tell other people. I think the other riders see it. They see that who's in attendance, and then they also follow how the riders that attended, how their condition unfolds the weeks or the months after. So, for example, the guys that really want to focus on the spring classics, they're either going to look to this event or the Tour of Qatar. And they look at, you know, getting down there, being in warmer weather, being able to train longer, have good racing, and how does that affect their spring campaign? That's the biggest factor for most of these guys, and I think that plays a significant part in their decision-making process. But and also the fact that as the Premier said, you know, the fact this Pro Tour now is significant.
Well, our number one goal is to win the Tour de France. I think that's it's one that well, both for us as athletes, it's the most important race of the year. For me as an individual athlete, it's the one that I know and love the most. It's I know what it's like to win the Tour. I know what it takes to win the Tour. I've got 7 of them, but I'd like to have an 8th. And for the sponsor, and especially for an American sponsor, it's the one race that you walk around any main street in any small community or big community in the United States, and you put people on the spot, name a bike race. They only know the Tour de France. And so for RadioShack, it's important too, but it won't be easy. I mean, as much as I can sit here and tell you how bad I want to win, or that's our main objective, it won't be easy to do that at 39 years old and up against young guys that are quick, recover well, and can both time trial and climb. It's a tall order, but my motivation is intact and is completely pure, and I wouldn't be sitting here today if it wasn't, and I also wouldn't be sitting here today if I didn't think that I could do it. And so we'll put those two together and give it our best shot. I like our chances. And the other thing too about the tour this summer I might point out is it's not a normal tour. We don't have a team time trial. We only have one individual time trial, and we now have cobblestones in the first few days, which I think will and could drastically affect the race.
Thank you.
Let's go to the fifth seat.
Of course. You're not nervous when you saw Fitzy. What's it going to be this time?
Something for you.
Okay, thank you.
remember.
Thank you.
I spoke to Philip earlier. Mate.
Okay.
I nearly nailed it, but Rupert Murdoch couldn't afford the post.
Oh, okay.
That's right.